crashing for no reason. Don't know why. Can't tell you. Literally just gave me a message that said, oops, it crashed. Oh no, what did I... Stop this. Stop this. Okay. Okay. I need to figure out what it is that causes that, because I'm apparently doing something that OBS doesn't like. Okay, so I think what was actually happening, why my ocarina was weird, is that when I like plugged in the controller, or it loaded up the remap file, then the input was being held down, so it set that as the default. And that was messing with other inputs. I don't know. Sometimes technology just breaks and it sucks. The real downside to this is that now I've used a lot of bombs for no reason. Nailed it. That's all I wanted to do. That's all it took. Now I will aim true. And backstep. This is how real heroes travel. All day, every day. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna save myself some time and trouble. There we go. All I need is for this one spider to not see me. Yeah, we got another phone call, because I'm the most popular man on the planet. Don't worry, the most popular mana in the planet is back. I don't know why today specifically is the day that everybody wants to call me for something, but I'll take it. Come on, Great Fairy. Please be worth it. I'll be sad if you're not. That's not close enough, is it? No. I still have magic. I still need magic. I still need hover boots. I don't need Zora Tunic. I have enough health where I don't need it. That was not worth it at all. What's that? Oh, Fire Temple is not worth plundering. Good to know. Okay. Ideally, I will find hover boots before Fire Temple. And then I will be able to use that to my advantage. Free song. Sure. And then I'll be able to use that to skip most of Fire Temple, hopefully. Hopefully. If I can, it's not the end of the world, but I would love to save the time. Kid, I know, you know, you're really upset on Dompe's behalf because you think you're being a Gravekeeper ally. You're going to be really upset when you see what I do next. Okay. Gaming. I am going to hope for... I know it's not Serenade. I'm either going to hope for Prelude for convenience or Song of Time because I think I might actually need it. Okay. You know... Actually relatively convenient. Because I need to go there anyway. I don't want to warp with her. What? Excuse you. Because I still need to go to the range and get the song there. And I don't. But then I can immediately warp to Lost Woods and or Sacred Forest Meadow and grab that. And that could be something I need. Which again would be really nice. I really only have the one Skulltula. I didn't do the grotto here, did I? Perfect. Oh, I accidentally canceled it. No. Are you going to go investigate your fallen brethren? What was that? Like, it activated, but it lost track of me. That was weird. Bye. Away. It's really gonna turn into night again. My luck is the worst. I guess I'll just wait this one out. That's really frustrating. If I hadn't had that trouble at the Death Mountain trail, I would have been fine. Come on. I'm gonna literally do this all night, so you've got plenty of chances. This is a really interesting concept that I guess they kind of brought this back in Breath of the Wild with the stall enemies at night, but like, I don't know. The idea of every once in a while one of them is just way bigger is a very interesting way to like keep things, you know, engaging. Just adds a little bit of variety to it. I'd like to see that. Nope. That one was like over here. I'm the best. I am the best. I am a perfect gamer. I have the gamer sense. That is not milk. I'm very upset. Okay, I need Din's Fire, Light Arrows, Hammer, Boomerang, the Letter, Lens of Truth. Oh, I forgot to turn off the... I forgot to turn off Lens of Truth. Okay. So the game might be expecting me to do Shadow Temple without Lens of Truth, which is going to be a significant problem. Okay, I mean, those are both useful in their own way, just... I'm trying to think of what song tricks I haven't done. Song of Time is something. I don't know what. The only ones I haven't found out are Song of Time, Serenade, and Nocturne Check. The rest I know. I'll probably only get about half of those. Okay. Yep, this will do. Nope. There. Thank you, controller, for actually cooperating. Oh! Okay. Well, I don't... Like, I'm happy about this, but, like, also... You know, the really shocking thing is that I got light arrows from this minigame 2 days ago. So something about this room, like, really wants to give me the win. Not upset about it. I love a good loop. So good. Okay. I wonder if the timing of like when you played the notes, the actual rhythm did count at one point in development. Because it seems weird for them to have like deliberately put in that drum beat if the rhythm did not have some kind of impact. Give me an item. Didn't need that. You fool. Bam. Nope, didn't work. That worked. Oh! Well, that's dandy. Thank you. Okay, so that leaves both hook shots. Lens, preferably. Magic. Boomerang. Letter. Oh, we know that Desert Colossus is on the way of the hero. I should check the fairy fountain, actually. Did I check this in? I think I did. Yes, I did. I should go check that fairy fountain, and if it's not there, then I know that the hands do count as Colossus and not Temple. There was a whole debate about it in the Discord like years ago. Because they were, you know, they had implemented the hidden system, and it tells you, like, the whole purpose of the hidden system is to allow you to have information on some of those annoying places to check without having to actually go there every time. Like, instead of making you go through all of Thieves' Trading Grounds and making you do the entire frog, you know, Simon Says, any of it, they just give you hints instead. 2 of those checks that can be in the pool are the Hands of the Colossus. But there was a problem, because in terms of map, they are within the Colossus map, but they're only accessible through the Spirit Temple. So the whole debate was, like, should we label them, or, like, consider them as part of the temple, or should we consider them as, like, part of the Desert Colossus? And I don't actually know what they decided on. It's a very important thing to know. I should, by all means, know it. I don't recall ever seeing a real answer. Like, I don't think I bothered enough to check. But since I know it's just money on top of the arch, if I go and check in with the Great Fairy and it's not something I need, then I know that the hands count as Colossus. Which works for me. Of course, if I do get something I need from the fairy, then I have no way of telling. It can still be either one, so, you know. But we know that Spirit Temple has something anyway, at least one thing. Here's the thing, is that I could go to Spirit Temple. Already do that. Nothing's stopping you from doing that. Other than the fact that I don't have a boomerang, which is a slight obstacle. Ow. But I think I could do everything else. Already knew that. Really just no useful info today. The good news is that as long as I can actually get basement skip first try, this is a really quick pit stop. Well, that's nice. Thank you. Thank you, game. I appreciate the kindness. Oh. Thank you. Okay, I'm trying to think of... Dude, the Stone of Agony! Finally, I can experience the Rumble. The WWE Rumble. Don't care. Magic, still very much needed. Long shot, still needed. Lens, I really, really want. Please don't make me do Shadow Temple without lens. The reality is there are a lot of things still on the table. Din's fire I still need. There are only 4 item checks left, including Queen Goma, so... I don't have the highest hopes of finding anything else here, but, you know, dungeon items are removed and there are no keys in child dungeons, so, you know, maybe everything we need is here. Yep, totally needed that. Super helpful. Hey, we'll finally get a second token at least. Give. Thank you. Okay, I'm really starting to get sick of that jingle. It's a really pleasant jingle, not when you hear it every 5 seconds. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze, it's coming. I feel it. I feel it in my nose bones. Oh. Okay, a few things. 1. Clean. 2. Mr. Clean. Final item before Queen Goma. What do we got? What do we got? Okay. Now, can I do this first try again? Or will I mess it up? Up, 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 up. No. That's the most disappointing way to mess it up, too. Thing is, that setup looks really good. Okay, I don't know what the problem is then. Hang on. There we go. Look, the third, fourth try, whatever that was, that's fine by me. Still way faster than actually doing the basement. Whee! Go. Nope. Meant to roll, but I guess if it's fast enough, I don't really care. Hi, Queenie. What's up? Are you excited to fight now that I actually have the items I'm supposed to have to fight you? Game! Very serene. Good. $5. My favorite. Okay, I'm gonna say my next destination is Zora's River. There are a lot of checks there, haven't done any of them. Although, like, I'd rather do Zora's River while I'm at least relatively close, because I don't have any faster way to get there at the moment. I'm trying to think. I could go do Fire Temple right now. Fire Temple is definitely on the board. But I would rather have Hover Boots so I can skip it as soon as I find the key. Missy Fat Cat, hello! Welcome to the stream! I didn't even blow up the boulders. Do I need... I don't think I need any beans this time. Okay, let's see if there's anything of value actually here. Well, that's a solid start. you stay there. I'm gonna try and do this really fast. Please, give me an item. You know, that is an item. Technically, you did what I asked of you. I can't be too upset. At least I shouldn't be. I am. Like, let's be real. I'm very upset at you. Like, you really screwed me over by just giving me ammo I already had. But, like, technically, you did fine. So, you know, it's whatever. The price I pay for comedy of switching around the animation is that this chicken's gonna get away. No. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I hate you. I hate you so much. Oh. You absolute fool. That just hurts. That hurts. Okay, let's do it again. Yoshi, welcome back. Yeah, me too. Look, again, that's the price I pay for comedy. I would have been able to grab the chicken again and actually make it if I didn't do the bit. But it was worth it. It's not even that going through Zora's River actually takes a long time. It's just long enough where it annoys me. It's just long enough where I feel like it's an inconvenience. Mr. Fat Cat, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. One step closer to the goal. See, this time I actually picked up the chicken, and that, you know, that really makes all the difference. This item definitely isn't going to be worth it. Like, I definitely played myself. But for all I know, this is going to be, like, magic, and I'm going to be so happy. I'm going to be so happy to be alive. So who knows? I could be super wrong. I could be so pleasantly surprised. Okay. That might not be an issue. Okay, you know what? That's fine. I didn't need that, but that's fine. See, here's the problem with Ocarina of Time having Song of Time. Depending on where the boss key is in Water Temple determines whether or not I actually need the Song of Time for anything. Because I don't need to do Forest, theoretically. I would potentially need it in Fire, but I'm hoping to skip all of Fire anyway, once I find Hover Boots. Shadow Temple I don't think has it. Jabu definitely doesn't have it. So it's really just Water Temple I'm worried about. You know what? Magic. Ooh, it's magic. You know. Never believe it's not done. Okay, look, I actually did need magic, so I'm not upset about that either. Although, the anxiety of not knowing whether or not I need to do all dungeons, I would have preferred Hover Boots. Right this second. Their check's here. Maybe Zora's will have it for me. It'd be convenient. I would fuck off immediately and, you know, do Fire Temple. As soon as I find Din's Fire, I can do Shadow, theoretically. Again, I forgot to turn off the setting where it expects you to not need Lens of Truth for Shadow Temple, so it definitely could expect me to do Shadow Temple without Lens. I would hate that, but it very well could expect that. So my options are get lucky and don't need to do that, or delay, delay progress long enough where I run out of time to stream anyway, and then I don't need to go to Shadow Temple anyway. Those are really my options. Okay, Yoshi. No worries. Don't even trip. I'll take that. Clean start. And clean. Okay, now, Zora, consider. If you have the hover boots, everything changes. Everything changes for the better. Actually, I need hover boots anyway for Shadow Temple. That's reassuring. Those are not boots. Those are sticks. You know, common mistake. I see why you would get the two confused. Like, I wouldn't, because, you know, I'm a genius. But, like, you know, I understand. I understand the confusion. Maybe these will be boots. Look, hey, it works. Sticks are mighty strong in this game. If you could use them as an adult, everything would break, probably. Okay, so... You know, we do have one option, and that option is... Go to Kakariko. Do the well. Is this the smartest thing to do? You know what? No, it's not, because I know that there's something... hang on. There we go. Because I know that there's something in the desert. I believe there should be something in the Colossus, and there should be something in the temple itself. So I can go check the fairy fountain, and I think I can do all of the kids section of the temple. I'm pretty sure. There's one room where they definitely want you to have Boomerang, but it's only a want, really. If I just don't care about what the game wants, it's fine. Okay, see, so I assume that that's the item here in Colossus. Also, that opens us up to do adult Spirit Temple section. Hang on, I think I'm about to use my brain. Okay, so we know that Spirit Temple has something. You only need silver gauntlets for the adult section of the Spirit Temple. So, if the silver gauntlets are on the board, that means that it wants us to do adult section of the temple. That logic tracks. I don't have hover boots, but I don't think they are actually required. Long shot might be for one room. Hmm. You know what? I'm already here as kid. I'm gonna do kid. Again, I can't assume that there's only one item I need here, because that will screw me over later, probably. Nope. I was thinking of the other side where there's Beamos. My bad. Stop it. What? Am I an idiot? I can hit him with a sword, right? I'm not crazy. I don't know. I don't know. Ow. I'm crazy, apparently. If you could not... What? You're not even alive. There we go. There we are. There we are. Thank you. Okay, this is the room where they want you. Hang on. I'm gonna do something... No, never mind. I can't power crouch step anyway because I got alien shield. It's fine. Come on, open up, open up, open up, open up. I'm the best. Okay. Gonna do a little trick here. First of all, I'm gonna hit you because you're kind of just awful. Well, or I'll do it in that order, sure. I'm the winner. Not useful at all. Not at all what I needed. Hello. Hello, Anubis. Just gonna pass on through. Don't mind me. Just gonna do this. Burn a little bit. Let's chill. Okay. Money I don't need. Love it. Can't grab it through here, huh? I shouldn't have expected to be able to, but for some reason I thought I could. Don't. That's fine, whatever. You can live, I guess. Giant sentient hands, not a problem. Don't. Said don't. Didn't listen. No respect. This is likely to be a key. Yep. I mean, for now, it's letting us do all of Child, so that's fine. You know what? Sure. I can jump back down and grab that token. I'm very behind on where I should be on tokens, just because I haven't been around many places at night. Thank you. Grab those, keep climbing. Lovely. Lovely. Hit that. Hit that. Thank you. No. Okay, bomb juice it is. Gaming. Hi. Stop. 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 No. Other chest. Whoops. I don't need that though. I already have one. I have an emotional bond with this particular one that I have. So far, decision to do this as child. Not worth it. I still think it was the safe play, but safe play might have just cost us time, unfortunately. As it's prone to do. Ow. That's rude. Disrespectful. Maybe a little bit crass. I don't know, consider. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Sun. Nope, one more. Sun. I really thought that angle was perfect. Honestly, the angle I think was solid. I just wasn't close enough. Oh. Queen. This would be a lot easier if I had Din's Fire already. Nope. That's gonna cost me. Yes, it is. Or not. It will cost me nothing. Because I'm the best. I'm unstoppable. I'm a force of nature akin to a train. Okay. Well. Young Link is a force to be reckoned with. Look, he basically did nothing but sleep all of his life, and then one day he was told he has to go do some shit, and he does it all just flawlessly. He should be feared. Look, he's about to fight this really strong knight guy without even caring. See? Don't even care. Don't even care. Oh, I care about that. Don't even care. Force of nature. Force of nature right there. Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess that points towards me doing the adult section anyway, so that's fine, I guess. I'm just gonna... Don't mind me. I'm just gonna mosey on over. Okay. Okay, so... What's the fastest way to get back to the temple? This is, for sure. Go forth! Live your life as it was meant to be lived! Yoshi! Welcome back. I can actually check the Redead grave this time. I feel like I've had a pretty solid run of items, but I'm still lacking many things. Got Din's Fire, Boomerang, Letter, Lens, hopefully. Did I already say Long Shot? Because Long Shot's also on there. Hover Boots. Many things. Many things. How about them look all shooter Game Awards last night? Dude, I love it. You can always count on Game Awards for just nothing but shooty darks. I'm genuinely upset that they ended on that awful Matrix announcement. There were a few good indie games they showcased, and I'm really happy for them, but like 2 of them were during the pre-show, which is really just the show at the time it says it's gonna start, but not hosted by Jeff. It's not really a pre-show. Only valid shooter game was Cuphead. I didn't like Cuphead, personally. I don't think it necessarily does anything wrong. I think it does everything it wants to do successfully. I think it's mostly modeling itself on, like, classic Mega Man, and I don't particularly think classic Mega Man controls very well. But it... Like, I'm glad that people get the DLC, finally. They put a lot of work into it, and the music presentation was really nice. Game Awards to me just seem like American companies want to pat themselves on the back with their stereotypical American games of dark, gritty shooting games. Yep. Dude, they're shooty darks. I dubbed them shooty darks like last year, I think. Anytime you get a game that's just like hyper-realistic shooter, it's a shooty dark now. Sorry. It's not my type of game either, but I appreciate all the work and passion into it. Oh, yeah. It's a huge labor of love, and it's incredibly impressive, for sure. The thing about shooty darks for me, like, every game genre, you know, has its merits. There is something of value in every genre of game, including shooty darks, whether I like it or not. As an artist who's very passionate about games, and as someone who has tried on many occasions to make games, I have never had any impulse or desire to make a shooty dark. I don't know why, like, I can't fathom so many people saying, you know what I want to do? I want to make another Call of Duty. I don't understand. That's the part I don't get. That's the part that really throws me for a loop, is because there's so many other options. And a lot of it I chalk up to, like, our odd fascination with how hyper-realistic can we make things with technology now. I mean, literally, the last, like, 10 minutes of the Game Awards was Jeff and Keanu Reeves, like, fawning over, you know, doing partially a bit about how, you know, you can't tell reality from the computer anymore. It's the Matrix, and then announcing a 5-minute Matrix experience. So I don't know. I wish people would just make games that look interesting. No Silk Song, no Breath of the Wild, no Splat 3, no Bayonetta 3. Yeah. I was genuinely expecting Breath of the Wild knowledge. I don't genuinely expect shit out of game announcements of any kind. But Nintendo usually has some kind of presence each year, and Breath of the Wild has had basically everything about it revealed at Game Awards at one point or another. I thought it was a shoo-in. And then we got nothing Nintendo. Except Dread won Best Action Adventure Game, which I'm happy for. Thrilled for them for that. Good job, Mercury Steam. But dark is not my art style. I like bright, vibrant worlds. I agree. It's not even the dark that I mind. It's not like the lack of light or necessarily. It's really dark as in like they're trying to be serious. It's like they want to be taken seriously. Like, we are going to make this... Like, there is no hope. You have a gun. You're a man with a gun in the military. You must shoot your way to survive. And I don't care. If Shooty Darks... Oh, and also along with it, I don't think Shooty Darks ever do anything unique to distinguish themselves from all of the other Shooty Darks. It's not like Shooty Darks are the only genre that has, you know, endless numbers of them. And they seem to pop up all the time. But at least other genres seem to make more of an effort to distinguish themselves mechanically. I cannot say the same for Shooty Darks, ever. The only mechanic is shoot. There was an indie game preview during the pre-show called Have a Nice Death that looked really good. That looked really solid. Had a great trailer. Lovely art style. Tunic looks really good. I've heard of Tunic for a long time, but I'm glad to like see parts of it finally. Oh yeah, Sonic Movie 2 looks great. And Sonic looks great. Just any kind of Sonic news is nice. And we still have Sonic Origins news at some point. At some point next year, we are getting a collection of Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles and CD. With at the very least Sonic 3 and Knuckles being 16:9. Which I'm thrilled for, personally. I hope they're doing more with it. They've said that they're not just emulating it, that they're gonna full-on port it. I don't really know what the hope is, like what exactly they're trying to accomplish with that. We'll see. Yeah, pretty much. The gameplay of Sonic Frontiers is what is gonna make it or break it. Oh, But that's a Skulltula, isn't it? So that's fine, never mind. Yeah, the gameplay is gonna make or break Sonic Frontiers. The graphics seem really good, which is nice, but Sonic games always have really solid graphics. It's more about gameplay, really. That's the thing that they need to actually figure out. So if they can do that, great. We'll have a solid Sonic experience on our hands. Gaming. I would love to have a modern Sonic game that I genuinely enjoy because it's been a while. Hello, fire arrows. I'm happy to have all the arrows, to be honest. Question is, do I need that for anything? Because I'm not sure that I do. I would say Shadow Temple, except I'm gonna need Din's Fire anyway, which serves the same function. I don't know. I might need Long Shot for this chest. I feel like I have this problem every time. Hey, can you stop? Thank you. Now, I could try to ISG and bomb hover all the way to the chest, but that's not going to happen because it's been forever since I bomb hovered. So instead, I'm going to just come over here and try and hookshot the side. The odds of this working are slim to none. Nope. Okay, backing up. This should work. If my controller could actually work, that would be really nice. There we go. Gaming. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! My shield! I need that! Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. Fuck you. Okay. Okay. Don't. Oh, I need to actually equip my shield now that I have it back. Wait, are you serious? We got pastels for all three? I was joking about this earlier. What are the fucking odds of that? That was weird. Okay. Dude, he's pastel core. He is pastel core. Thanks, Yoshi. I appreciate it. I probably won't beat Ganon. Here's the thing. I've beaten this rando, I think, one time. And it's not... What? Okay, okay. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Ignore me. It's not because, like, I don't know how or I really get stuck. It's just that, you know, it takes a long time. And I can only stream for so long. So, if I had infinite time, this would not really be an issue. But unfortunately, I don't. I think my routing has been good. That's the win I take for this, is that I think my routing was really solid with this one. I mean, I still have an hour and a half, so there's a chance I could really run it back, but I'm not expecting to at this point. I would be really surprised. Oh, nope. Okay, bye. I definitely suspect that it wants me to do Shadow Temple without lens, which I'm not thrilled about. Oh. I mean, I can't even do the boss here because I don't have the mirror shield. Not that I was planning to anyway, but even if I wanted to, it's not really an option. I think I can jump that. Yep. Okay. Man, there's still so much I need. Hover boots are the big one. For sure. That was not worth it. Yeah. I mean, again, as soon as I get hover boots, we can tear through Fire Temple and hopefully instantly beat it. Literally, as soon as we get the key, we can turn around and go beat up a dragon and then leave. Put that there and that there. We also need letter and boomerang, and that's a whole thing. There's a lot left, is my point. Ignore me. I'm a cool guy, don't hit me. I'm a cool guy, don't hit me. Oh. Are we all just hiding behind the wall? Because that seems unfair. That seems like that shouldn't be allowed. Okay, I gave him a chance to back up. Also, that is 60 rubies I just can't collect. That is a real shame. I really like the Anubis' enemies. They're cool. A shame they kind of don't exist ever again. And by kind of, I mean they just flat out don't. Is this... yeah, not here yet. Okay. I need other things. And this is where the mirror shield becomes necessary. Gaming! Gaming! So good. What do we have? Come on. Come on. Hey! My silver gauntlet theory was so spot on. I got the best routing chops. Hey! Ah! I don't actually need that, but it certainly feels good to get. Hello. Don't. Ow. Ow. Good thing I have a fairy. Gaming. Look, I'm a pro gamer. I don't know how else to tell you. I've been saying it for like years. It's time that the world knows. I'm a pro gamer. I never rage quit like the noobs do. I would never. Oh, sweet defense. There's one chest there I can't get. Okay. I think there are 2 chests left in this dungeon that I can't get because I don't have mirror shields. So let me go get the one I can get, and then I'll leave. Ow. What? Gaming. What? I'm going to show up at your front door, okay? I'm going to show up at your front door. I'm going to ring your doorbell, and then I'm going to run. I'm going to run so fast that you think the only possible explanation is that your neighbors ran the doorbell. So then you're gonna go to your neighbor's house, and you are going to yell at them for ding-dong ditching you. And your neighbor will be all, what do you mean? I didn't do that. And it'll be like, yeah, right. I know it was you. Because otherwise, the person who did it would have to have run so fast, I could only believe it to be you. And then your neighbor's gonna think you're crazy, because you're spouting utter nonsense and accusing them of things they didn't do. And then, because they think you're crazy, they will call the police on you. The police will show up at your door. They will ring your doorbell. And because you know that your doorbell can be rung and have the culprit get away so quickly, fuck! You're gonna think it's the neighbor again. So you're gonna rush to the door, angry and upset. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna throw open the door to the police, yelling about your neighbor, and it's still gonna be the police. So all that's gonna happen is you're gonna upset them, and then they're going to be stern with you. They'll leave eventually because they don't have any, like, crime to accuse you of. They have no real reason to arrest you. But man, you're gonna feel foolish. Okay, that's better. Missy, look, you stepped away at a good time. The long shot can reach the top section. I don't have the long shot. That's the problem. I don't think I'll ever top my Goron Races rant from like 2 years ago. That one still makes me really happy. You can hear me break the roll. Like, you could hear me break in the middle of it. I love that one. Look, I think the Angry Josh bit is objectively funnier now that I have an angry, like, animation. I really do. It goes along very well with my very oddly specific threats. I think there's a definite comedy to, like, being angry as long as it's abundantly clear that there is no genuine malice behind it. That is my motto for anger. Same with gaslighting. Like, I would never seriously gaslight someone, never in a million years. I will absolutely gaslight a close friend with some outrageous claim that we all know can't possibly be true, because that, to me, is really funny. Thank you, Missy. You know, it was... Part of it was that being on camp... Like, it's not a secret what I look like. I've been streaming for years. I did face cam the whole time. It's not a secret. So it's not about protecting like that level of privacy. But you know, it takes a lot of effort to be on camera and, you know, look a certain way and have good lighting and all that. So between that and, you know, the like emotional strain it takes to do it, I figured, you know what, I would rather just have some kind of stand-in. And instead of just doing like my old Substitute Josh, where it was just like a standalone thing, I figured I'd just make it animated. Also, I still have Substitute Josh. Here he is. See? Bam. It's like I never even left. Same person. Look, it is branding. I'm very proud of my branding. If nothing else, I think I've won the branding game. Okay. Now the problem is, Adult Link doesn't really have any other things to do. Actually, that's not true. He has Adult Shooting Gallery to do. The best decision. It always pays off. The joke here is that Adult Shooting Gallery never pays off. Although, Child Shooting Gallery had something. Oh, it had bow. That's what it had. I don't know for sure that it needs to be data to do Shooting Gallery. I'm just going to assume that it does. Cool, got the hard ones out over with. Come on. What we get? I was super right. Josh branding green. It's true. It's good branding. Also welcome. Good to see you. Okay, see, now Adult Link is probably out of options. Fire Temple is still on the table. I just want to be able to skip it. It would be more convenient for me. Okay, so here's the other option. The other option is that I go... Actually... You know what? I'm going to go up to Death Mountain Crater. Because there are a few checks I have there. And besides that, I'll have Serenade. Not that I really need Serenade. It's kind of easy to get to the lake at all times, but it will fill up the tracker, which at the very least will be satisfying to look at. For all I know, the Great Fairy there will just give me the boots and I'll be fine. That would just be really nice. Kind of way more luck than I usually get, but, you know, nice. Did I ever... I did the Song of Storms grotto here. Yeah, I did. Oh, wait a second. You know, I need to go to Goron City anyway, because that has a hammer check. So let me do Song of Storms check anyway. Just check everything again. Also, it's faster to go through Goron City to get to the crater anyway. I don't know what I was doing. I'm like 95% sure I already checked this. And it's the 5% that counts. What do we get? If that had been boots, that would have made my life. I forget if there's 1 or 2 chests back here. I think it's only 1. 2 would be better. Nah, Fire Temple doesn't have anything in it. We know from a hint. Well, there are 2 chests in, like, normally, but there's a secret path back here that actually requires hammer that I didn't know about for the longest time. And this has another chest. But you're right, on the other side of this, there are 2 chests. Ow. Okay, let's do fairy first. I just really want boots. I really want to be able to have Fire Temple be done. Speed tech. Turn your sword into a hammer with these 3 easy steps. Also, I think I have like 11 tokens right now. That sounds right. Those aren't boots! Those aren't boots at all! Come on. Faker. No, that's not a bridge. That's lava. That's what lava looks like. Fun little fact. The Ashi doesn't persist between rooms, does it? No, it does not. Thank you. Yeah, right? Useless. It would have been super useful. And I could have gotten that other piece of art. Because I totally need more life right now. Oh. Look, you could say suck it up and just do Fire Temple, except, like, I don't gain anything by doing Fire Temple. It's literally faster for me to wait until I get the boots and then come back here to do it. Water isn't on the board because I don't have iron boots. Also, Water Temple is not worth searching, I'm pretty sure. Shadow we can't get into. Jabu we can't get into. Oh, actually, we can get into Jabu now. Let's go Kid again. Or... Me too. I mean, fire is needed. It's just that because I know that there's nothing in it other than the medallion, it doesn't behoove me to do it at any particular point. Like, I already have the hammer, and once I have hover boots, it means that I can just skip the entire dungeon as soon as I get the boss key. Yeah, Fire's Light Medallion. Yeah, I know from a hint that there's nothing in Fire Temple. Like, there are no items there that I actually need. So, but the medallion is there, so I still need to do it. But Fire Temple in base game has, like, they don't expect you to have hover boots yet, because you really can't. So there's a gap in the room to the boss door that you can easily cross with hover boots. So if you need to do Fire Temple, but you don't need to, you know, explore it and get every chest, as soon as you get the boss key, you can just turn around, go to the big door, and go to that, like, first room, and just do the boss and leave. It's ridiculously fast. And because I know there's not anything there, I can do that. I just need hover boots to do it. The alternative is that I go through all of Fire Temple, and you like do the whole thing, like knock down the pillar and all that, which, because I don't know where the keys and things are, basically means I complete Fire Temple anyway. Actually, I can do Big Po check. I should do that. Hang on. Fuck. I like the cow bow and arrow sound. That's nice. That's fun. Where's the sign? I saw the signs. Clean. Okay. Yeah. Give me this. Thank you. I always worry I'm gonna mess up that menu and accidentally release it. Also, thank goodness you can set the rando to only require 1 Po. I did this in... I didn't finish playing Ocarina of Time on Switch Online, but I played a good chunk of it and was working towards 100%, and getting all 10 big Po's is awful. That wasn't really worth the time. It's just not a good part of the game. The Po's are not, like, it would be fine if the Po's were placed in different locations, but the Po's always despawn as soon as they hit a wall, and the only way to guarantee them spawning is to ride through on Epona, so they can hit walls pretty quickly, especially in certain more cramped spawn spots. It's just not great. Yeah, they're not great. Now, I loved the big Po's in Twilight Princess. They were really cool. But I also just love everything about Twilight Princess a lot more than this game, so. I'll be honest, I would have probably played the Twilight Princess Randomizer a hell of a lot more than this if it was at all easy to set up. I still don't know what's down there. I never checked. There we go. I think I got a hint as to what this was, but I'll check it anyway. Yep, fair enough. I agree with you, Yoshi. I think they're great parts. The only one I don't really like is Korok Seeds. And it's not even that I don't like it, it's enjoyable, it's just that there are far too many to really be bearable from a completionist standpoint. Come on. I don't know where you are. Oh. That's unfortunate. I could see that, yeah. I mean, I felt bad for Gerard the Completionist. Fuck! Come on. That's bullshit. It's bullshit, we all know it. Yeah, I'm glad it served a useful mechanical purpose. I'm glad it's like the problem I have with Gold Skull Tulas is not getting the Gold Skull Tulas. It's that they don't really justify there being 100 of them. Like, A, 100 is a lot, and B, they don't really ever justify there being that many. Now, come out here, please. Thank you. Oh. Like, you get rewards for the first 50, and that's great. Like, that should be the stopping point. God, I love that sound effect. But then there are 50 more, and then the reward is just money that you don't need, because you've already beaten the game by that point. There's no point. Like, Twilight Princess turned it down on the pose, which I appreciate, but even then they don't justify getting all of them for any reason. I've played Twilight Princess like at least 5 times, and I don't think I've ever done the Poe quest. If I had my Wii U out, I would check, because that's the file I played most recently, but I don't think I even did it in that. It's just not worth the time. That's fair for the shooting galleries, yeah. I don't know, most Zelda games do not really, I don't think they really require all the money that they give you. There we go. People make fun of Twilight Princess for that, but Twilight Princess has way more to buy than Ocarina of Time does. I feel like Ocarina gives you way more money. Especially because the grottos are just money. Yeah. Like, there are a bunch of items to buy in Twilight Princess that are completely optional, but they're expensive. Like, Hylian Shield is a significant amount of money. The Hawkeye is a lot of money. The magic armor is expensive. Even then, I don't think infinite money is really a good reward, because again, the game gives you plenty of other ways to make money. I don't consider it a very, like, paltry resource. Yeah, okay. Breath of the Wild, I felt a little bit of a money pinch. Well, I felt a money pinch for a fair chunk of it. But, you know, once you learn where resource deposits are, and, you know, you can reset, like, you understand, like, oh, it resets with the Blood Moon, then you can just, you know, you can farm any material you want and just sell it and have all the money in the world. I don't know. I maintain that Breath of the Wild is a very good game, but I don't think you can ever have any experience like your first time playing it. Discovery, like, as a mechanic is really tough to build a game around, I think, just because, Like really everything in Breath of the Wild, like the motif of Breath of the Wild is like discovery. From discovering your memories of the past to discovering what the fucking map looks like. And, you know, it's a solid motif. I'm fine with it. Like, and it works very well. Your first time through. The problem with that is that if you are relying on the experience of discovery to make things engaging, then once you know things, you have suddenly taken away from a chunk of the experience of the game. I'm about to grab like chests. I forgot to do it earlier this week. Yeah. I agree that Breath of the Wild is not good for replayability. Fuck! Especially for the sake of, that was weird. I two-handed the Master Sword for a second. Especially for people like me who, you know, are in it for story. Breath of the Wild story is not great. It's just not. Actually, I don't know. The theory of the story is good. Oh, okay. They spawn. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I've definitely gone entire runs without grabbing these. Whoops. Yeah. I mean it is. I don't mind having to that the story is necessarily hidden, because again, that returns to the motif. And for the people who don't care, that helps refine the experience a bit. I don't necessarily mind that. What I mind is that it doesn't really matter. It matters to me personally because I care about story and I care about character. But you discovering what the story actually is and who all these characters are, frankly, has no impact on anything that happens. The only thing that happens is Zelda, like, says an extra sentence. That's it. Which I think is just the consequence of having a game where you literally tell the player, hey, you don't need to play the game if you don't want to. Yeah, I've heard that, you know, there's a lot of story and lore hidden in different things in the world. I have never caught really any of it. Like, I've caught all of the ties to Skyward Sword, I think, that are there. Because that game, like, I've gone on this rant a million times. Breath of the Wild is just the realization of what they wanted Skyward Sword to be. The way that characters in Skyward Sword talk about the surface is exactly the way that they marketed Breath of the Wild. That is what they wanted it to be. I don't think it's any surprise or mystery that they connected Skyward Sword to Breath of the Wild so closely. Like, especially in terms of story and concept. And I don't think that it's any coincidence that they decided to go back to floating islands for Breath of the Wild 2. I think it's all very deliberate. I don't know how it's gonna all tie back in, but yeah, it's a tough room. It doesn't help that the aiming in this game is bad. That's what I'm hoping for. Missy and Yoshi, I agree with you both. That's what I'm hoping for on both fronts. The Divine Beasts are cool in concept, but they are not, like, they don't feel unique or fun to me. Like, the only changes in aesthetic are, like, what the environmental hazard is. That's it. The architecture is all the same. You know, I would much rather have traditional dungeons. And yeah, I want a story that feels cohesive. Yeah. Yoshi, you're right, is the thing. Here's my thing, and this is... I think this is the opinion I have that people more disagree with. I don't really like the runes, to be honest. It's not even that I don't like them flat out, like I think they are bad or unfun or anything. It's that it's much more fun for me, like in general. I'm a long-time Zelda fan. I really like the formula of Zelda. I don't care that it's formulaic. Like, any genre is inherently formulaic. I don't mind that it is. The thing that makes it for me is the story and designs and everything. Like, it's the actual substance on top of that formula. So, for me, I've never felt like Zelda needed to change the face. So Breath of the Wild, to me, in that regard, feels unnecessary. But I understand why some people got bored or wanted more out of it, for one. But I miss getting fun items. I miss discovering new things. The closest thing they had was getting, you know, champion moves for doing Divine Beasts. And even then, they're not really, like, fun tools or weapons. They're just kind of like, good job, here's like a passive thing. They kept a lot of the charm of like some of the designs and things, but man, they missed out on the charm of the formula itself, I think. It's literally faster for me to save and quit than to do this. Missy, it does. I enjoyed my time with Age of Calamity because I really like Hyrule Warriors. I wish they had gone anywhere but there with the story. I completely understand why they did, but I think it's just very unsatisfying and kind of pointless. Get hit, please. Get hit, I said. Get hit. Yeah, won't cry to speak. Rivali's was definitely the best one, but it's only because it got rid of an inconvenience. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the problem with Breath of the Wild's cast, is like, it's so weird to me that they advertised the champions to all hell. Like, they're on the cover of everything, they have the amiibo, it's all of this stuff. They are not in the game. They're not. They're hardly characters. Which sucks, because I like all of them in like their performances and what they theoretically bring to the table, but they're never there. Yeah, I agree with that too, Yoshi. I wish that I like that they brought the elemental differences back. Because I like the fire and ice, and, you know, now it's thunder instead of light, but whatever. I like that concept in Zelda. The problem I have with it in Breath of the Wild is that, like, it's kind of just an instant win. Like, enemies that actually use any kind of type effectiveness is, if you use the correct type, you win. Hooray. I'm mostly talking about Wizrobes, but the point still stands. And then if you use it on anything other than that, like, I mean, it still serves a use. It gives you time to attack, but it just kind of feels like spam at that point. I don't see a reason to, like, engage in the combat that's there. Okay, so there... Yeah, I don't know. Should have just been Champions DLC. Yeah. I enjoy the Champions DLC. I enjoyed Champions DLC more than Master Sword Trials. I just never finished Master Sword Trials. They just feel like a time sink to me. It's like they saw everyone get really excited and like really enjoy Eventide Island. Or like, what if we just do that, but again and way longer? And that's what they did. Oh, by Jove, they did that. I don't remember the OG Guardian concepts off the top of my head. This one I can't reach if I'm very precise. Okay. I've seen them before, it's just been a long time. I have the Creating a Champion book, I just don't have it out right now. It's packed away somewhere. Oh, hi, Bono. What's up? My overall standing with Zelda is this. If Nintendo came to me and was like, hey Josh, we can either make another like Breath of the Wild like game, another open world Zelda, or we can make another game like Twilight Princess, I would say Twilight Princess immediately. Immediately, no hesitation. Twilight Princess is not my favorite Zelda. That still goes to Majora's Mask, but man, it's very close. That felt good. Not worth it. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm not entirely sure. I could go do Ice Cavern. I could go do Bottom of the Well. I think Bottom of the Well's probably smarter. It has way more items, although Ice Cavern does have a song. That's either gonna be... Oh, I have Serenade. Whoops, I forgot to mark that. That would either be Bolero or Prelude. It's not worth the gamble, though. Prelude is only marginally helpful at this point, especially because I don't have a lot of time left. Okay, let's do Bottom of the Well. Adult Fishing is also currently on the board, but it's not... It doesn't feel worth my time to go all the way there just for that. I'm excited for whatever item it was in the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer that lets you shoot fire. I'm excited for that. Also, I'm excited because it looked like a cave. That one shot looks like a cave. I'll bring that up at the end of stream. Actually, let's just watch the trailer at the end of stream. Fuck it. I haven't seen that trailer in ages. But I have a lot of hope for the sequel. I don't really have any expectations. Yoshi, I agree. I mean, I hope... Here's my thinking, right? They did Breath of the Wild, and it was... That's never happened to me before. I thought, like, okay, so this might just be the future of Zelda now since it was so successful. But now what they've done is they have tripled down on Breath of the Wild specifically. They've done Age of Calamity, and now they're doing a direct sequel. So, what I'm left with is I really don't know if the next Zelda game is going to be open world or not. They've put all of their time into Breath of the Wild specifically as like a it feels like a spin-off series at this point, with how much specific marketing they have to it. I have no problem with them doing like Breath of the Wild style open world games. I just will miss, you know, traditional 3D Zelda. Oh yeah, the Link's Awakening remake is fantastic. That is, bar none, the best way to play that game. It's so good. I was just thinking about it like yesterday, how I haven't played it in ages. I miss it dearly. I think its age still shows in its simplicity. You know, as charming and as beautiful as it is, the story is still not there for me just because, you know, it's simple. It was a Game Boy game. but it's really good. I mean, we know that Pokemon Legends isn't open world exactly. It's looking to be more like Monster Hunter, where, you know, it's big, more open maps, but they're still separate levels, which I personally am fine with, just because open world is not really my cup of tea. Interesting. I think Legends Arceus has some potential, and I think that they believe it to have potential, which is why specifically they, you know, gave it the Legends subtitle. So, I don't know what they'll do with it. I think if they want to keep going that route of like, let's do Legends as a spin-off series about like the ancient, or like the more far-off history of different regions, that has a lot of potential. I would hope that they do Kalos next, because Kalos needs it. Give us the war. I'm in. Please. That'll do. Legends celebrate the Burnington Tower. Oh yeah, I'd like that. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of potential there. Pokemon on paper has a lot of interesting lore and story to it. The games never bother to tell you. I really enjoyed Sword and... Oh, I don't have any keys. I enjoyed Sword and Shield a lot. My biggest gripe is that more than any other game before, they actively try to push you away from any interesting story. Pokemon in general has a history to be like, hey, there's some shenanigans going on. Don't worry about it, we'll deal with it, but then no one actually deals with it and you end up doing it. Which never feels good. I'd rather just be involved in the actual plot. Sword and Shield, like, Sonia shows up in every town to be like, hey, what do you think about this? Isn't this fucked up? Anyway, don't even stress. Bye. And that's the game. And until the end happens. I don't know what to do with it. I do too, Missy. I'm avoiding spoilers. I'm very particular about spoilers. I don't want to talk anything like actual endgamer spoilers. But again, a case of solid on paper, enjoyable on paper even, but executed so poorly. Here's the thing, I think that's a great motivation for a villain. I think that that character has a lot of potential as a villain. It's just that at no point in the game was that ever established as like a thing. That threat is never once established in the game. Oh hey, Mirror Shield. Hey, we can go finish Spirit Temple now. Real chill. Mr. Taijiri, because you cannot fit anymore. Potential story in the game. Just for that amount of data for Pokemon moves, maps, etc. being fit in the game, really push the mega players want it story. Or push the manga, okay. Okay, yeah. And the manga are very different from the games. From what I understand. Hang on, I gotta disrespect Dead Hand real quick. Yeah, Zelda, or not Zelda, Pokemon has so much story potential, they just don't ever embrace it. Yeah, it sucks. It's a shame. They could do better, they just don't. Now, granted, because Pokemon is so historically not really caring about story, I'm not, like, disappointed in it necessarily. Because, like, I know not to expect anything extravagant in that department. But I'm not really happy about it. I'm going to eat all of your clothes! Oh, fine. Whatever. Fuck it. No more sticks. Well, it left all the clothes at home, because it cares about them so much that it doesn't want to tear them. And I'm gonna ruin that for it. Yeah. That's the thing about Pokemon that people forget as they get older. It doesn't make it any, like, more disappointing that, you know, it's so simple and not as, like, complex as it could be potentially. But it's an important thing to keep in mind that people seem to forget very quickly. Oh, hell yeah, he is. I have seen a really cool comic once about Dead Hand. Speaking of games that have, like, really cool stories but don't really explore them as fully as they could, Ocarina of Time. Yeah, that's fair. Look, I think okay. So people praise Mario 64 all the time for being like the pinnacle of 3D Mario. I think it's aged like garbage in terms of its controls. People would absolutely crucify me if they could for that, but they can't because I'm just a cartoon now. So, oh well. It controls really poorly. It's really hard to play nowadays. Ocarina of Time is in a similar boat, I feel. Like, there are definitely some aspects of Ocarina of Time that make it very hard to go back to and play today. Not all of them, but enough. So I understand not being able to get through it. It took me a long time. Yeah. I don't know. I think 4 to 10-year-olds are on the internet, unfortunately. I don't think they necessarily should be, but I think they are. Yeah. I mean, whenever you play a retro game, you need to consider, like... You need to consider the time and try to play it with that mindset. But, like, more than anything, I have that problem with Zelda 1 and Zelda 2. Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 control so terribly. For what they want you to do, it seems unrealistic to me all the time. But I had the same complaint with A Link to the Past for many, many years. I would argue that A Link to the Past also hasn't necessarily aged well. Some of it has. Visually, I think it's aged like fine wine. It's lovely. Like, the art side of it, the music and graphics are all just wonderful. Controlling it, Figuring out what exactly it wants you to do and where to go all the time, Their balancing of things, like Ice Palace being so specific in like the resource you need to beat it, You know, Yoshi, I agree with you. Look, Super Nintendo's good. There's a reason why I'm using it as the base for Cartridge Club stuff. It's good. There's a reason I went out and bought a Super Nintendo, like, 3 years ago. 2.5 years ago. It's good. It's genuinely a fantastic console. N64 is hard because they were trying to, like, there wasn't time for any mastery. Also, N64 has a very small library, all things considered. Oh, yep, I'm looking at the original Guardian designs. I have seen these. It's a very different take, but I do love them. They're good. Look, DS is a good starting point. I grew up with a Super Nintendo. I don't know why we had one, but we did. And I love that thing. So I started pretty early. After that, for me, it was Game Boy Advance. And I've been caught up since then. Pretty much only Nintendo consoles. Actually, I had a PS2 when I was younger. But then I didn't own any other PlayStations until PS4, and I've never owned an Xbox. Yeah, Nintendo was Super Nintendo and then Game Boy Advance. Look, I would say the NES and SNES Classic are the best ways to play NES and SNES, but you can't really get them anymore. Sucks. I think Switch Online is really solid. There are some fair complaints about it, but I think it has a really solid lineup for the consoles that it does have. It doesn't have like every major hit, but it has a fair number of them for what they are. One thing I am really considering streaming is I'm considering streaming all of the Donkey Kong Country games. Because I owned the first one as a kid, have played a little bit of the third, and then I did a shirt for 2 recently for Power Up with Pride. I would love to actually play through all of them. And I think that they're all on Switch Online. Okay, so here's a possibility. It could want me... it could want me to do a bunch of things. The problem with where we're at right now is that the rando could very easily want me to do about 10 different things. Like, it could want me to go to Forest Temple. It could want me to go to... go finish Spirit. It could want me to go to Dodongo's Cavern. It could want me to, find something in Jabu as I do it. And I don't really have the time to do any of those. Nah, you're not a poser. I think retro games are, if you care about... Okay. I think retro games are important because they provide both history and context to the games we have now. But I don't think anyone is a poser for having not played them, especially because oftentimes, at least in the US, playing retro games is very expensive and very impractical. Our retro game market is so fucked up. Everything is price gouged. Absolutely everything. One of the best examples being that, if you want to buy a Pokemon game in the US, it will cost you, if you are lucky, $60. But it's usually more than that. In Japan, you can still find those things, fresh in a new box in stores. For, I don't know, 10, 20, I think. It's been a while since I've seen the prices, but it's very cheap. Yeah. Yeah, it is purely just the US. And that's about $15, right? It's not an exact conversion rate, but from what I understand, you can, more or less equate 100 yen to $1 US. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah, it's messed up. You know, honestly, good for them. Yeah, but it's such a different world. I'm very jealous of it. Yeah, okay. That's about what I thought. Yeah, and that's ridiculous. Dude, I saw a copy of Ghost Trick Phantom Detective in a store the other day, like last month, for I think $120 just the cartridge. It was $120. I've heard it's a great game, which is why I really want to play it. I'm not about to spend $120 on it. It's utterly ridiculous is the thing. Here's the weirder thing about all of this. So, for the most part, from what I can tell, the US retro game market, like all of the prices are based on what the games go for on like eBay and other services, plus some kind of retail markup, usually because they need to buy it back in the first place. So people are selling like all of these old games, like people are selling Ghost Trick on eBay for around $100. And so they sell it for that much because they can. So, but like, I don't understand where the base number is coming from. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, the reality with emulation as a practice is that, like, people argue emulation is not the same as pirating, and yes, it's not. But you are absolutely kidding yourself and straight up lying if you try to argue that 99% of emulation is not piracy. That's the reality. Like, yeah. Because, developers don't get anything off of it these days. Look, I love the secondhand game market. I love it to death. I love going to secondhand stores. I love buying the physical games. I truly do. It's like one of my greatest passions. Like, there's a reason I bought 3 PS3s recently. I mean, the reason was to buy a specific PS3 so I can play 1, 2, and 3 through an HDMI. But there's a reason I do it. Like, I love to be able to play it on the hardware, but the reality is that that's not always feasible. It's not. And Sony, Goodwill is not sending a portion of the money I paid them to Sony. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's a whole thing. Anyway, I'm at the point where I'm ready to tap out of this randomizer. I don't know what it's leading me to do. So let's look at the spoiler log, and then I want to watch the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer. Because it's been a while. And then I'll wrap up. I don't know what PL or AA are. I didn't think Alcoholics Anonymous needed a translation. But I could be wrong. I don't really know that world very much. Um... Yep. Same. Every once in a while, Goodwill has, like, games and things, but they're usually scratched to all hell. Like, okay, here's a secret. Here's a secret for you two, if you care about retro games. Like, in that same vein, Goodwill has a website where they do online auctions. Oh, Missy, that's the worst to find out. Okay, if you care at all about retro games, let me... gross. Just fire him. That's fair. Totally fair. That is Goodwill's online storefront. It's mostly auctions in the vein of eBay, but they have so many video games and consoles. So many. For ridiculously cheap for what they are. Like, based on the rest of the American retro game market. It's absurd. Did you know that if you go on eBay and try to buy a legitimate GameCube controller, it will cost you probably at least $60? Because people are animals and obsessed with GameCube controllers? I'll be real, I entirely blame Smash players for the obsession with GameCube controllers and why they skyrocket in price so much. I also blame them because the rough play breaks them, which reduces, you know, the overall stock. The reality is that I just want one to actually use for my GameCube because aftermarket controllers suck for some reason. I'm almost definitely going to cop that like Panda Gaming one. That looks really nice though. And, you know, actually comfortable. Yeah, it's Smash Bros. Like, let's not even kid ourselves. It's Smash Bros. Yeah. That's the thing, is it's all, like, it's melee. Because, like, if you play Ultimate, they have the Switch GameCube controllers. And those are fine. But if you're someone like me who actually owns a GameCube, you know, what the fuck are you supposed to do? Because you can buy a shit ton of aftermarket controllers for like $30 and then they break in a week. It's garbage. Oh, I never even considered that. Okay. I forgot that you could... Wait. Wait. Okay, so it wanted me to dive into Water Temple. But how do I hit the switch if I don't have boots yet? Maybe you can just dive into the switch? Hover boots were in the Lake Hilio lab dive. That would have been smart. That would have been a smart thing to do. Jabu Jabu had Din's fire. Yeah. Where was Boomerang? Oh, Boomerang was in Dodongo's Cavern. That's unfortunate. And Iron Boots were also in Dodongo's Cavern. I should have just done Dodongo's Cavern anyway. Yeah. I honestly take the dungeons are not required far too literally. Oh well. For randomizers, yes. I have a little bit of dungeon phobia. It's mostly that I know I don't have all the items I need to actually finish the dungeons. And I don't want to do the dungeons until I know I can actually finish them. Because otherwise I take the time to go there, do half of it, and then leave, and then I need to take the time to go back there later. It's just a waste of my time. The problem is that dungeons are a time sink. Yeah, the problem for me is that I play randomizers with like a speedrun mindset of I want to go fast. Okay, I'm going to now close RetroArch. Let me bring up Chrome. There we go. I love it. Give me that big screen. Do you love that the layout doesn't fit because it's not 4x3? Yeah. Yeah, I never go back to the same run because I mean, I'm going to keep doing it. Like, finishing it does not necessarily do it for me. I want to be able to do it in one sitting. And for me, it's a matter of like, well, if I start a new run, then I can try other routing things. That's my thing. I don't need subtitles. I love it. Okay. And it does say 2022. Okay. Good to know. So here are the things. First of all, this musical hit. Oh, it's so good. I think it'll be 2022. I don't think they would give the release year without being confident about it. I think that maybe at one point they were aiming for 2021, but I think that COVID probably set them back. But also, um, like Nintendo is very specific about, they do it a lot where they announce games and then release them, the next month. Remember Paper Mario Origami King? Missy, I do not know the trailer you're talking about. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with all the trailers for it. Like, I saw them all at one point. It's just been a long time. They... I mean, they premiered it in 2014, but they didn't even give a name. Like, they gave no information back then. I don't remember them giving a release date all those years. Did they really? Hang on. The game was originally planned for release in 2015, and then was delayed twice. So yeah. Yeah, little known fact, Ocarina of Time did not release until 2017. All the childhood memories people have are very, fake. Okay, so here are the things I want to point out. One, okay, you can see my cursor, is over here. This is a giant ass structure. I can only hope it's a dungeon. Oh yeah, for sure. Like if they delay it, I'll. I mean, it's like Metroid Prime 4. They literally said like, "Hey, it was not up to our standards. We're scrapping the entire thing. We're making it from scratch." I have no problem with them doing that. I will happily wait for a game if it means that it is actually good. If they delay this, I'll be bummed, but I'll be okay with it. But I would be surprised if they did not, if they were not confident. Like, I think they have to be confident to say the release year, because Nintendo is normally very particular about when they announce a release date, and also when they announce games in general. And like maybe for that very reason, because I mean, Origami King was literally announced a month before it. Mario 3D All Stars was announced like a month before. Metroid Dread was announced like 3 months before, 3 or 4. Nintendo usually waits until it's like done. Yeah, who fuck knows when Silk Song's gonna come out. I really enjoyed Hollow Knight. I'm excited to play Silk Song eventually. I'm not in the same boat as many other people where I'm like dying for it, so I do not envy that position. So yeah, one is the structure, which I'm really excited about. The other, which I mentioned earlier, is this bit. I love this for a lot of reasons. Let's go frame by frame. For one, first of all, we have a dragon head shaped flamethrower, which is just cool. And I just love that. So, at the very least, we have a new weapon type, if not, like, an actual item. And the other thing is just like, is it shooting that ball at you? Yes, it is. Or no, it's not. It's just part of it. Okay. But also, I'm just excited for, like, Do you know how many caves there actually are in Breath of the Wild? Not many. And the ones that are there are very, like, very small. They're more of little crevices. I'm oddly excited for a cave. Um, that sounds about right. I'm glad they did. I enjoyed Origami King. It was a good time passer. Yeah, I have no idea how this is gonna go. I really don't know. This game could play like anything, and it would, like, I would be equally surprised. They could be like, yeah, you swap control between like Link in the Sky and Zelda Underground. I could be like, yep. Like I genuinely don't know what's on the table at this point, which I'm thrilled for. But I'd obviously like info at some point. Anyway, that's all I got. Uh, I'm hoping to stream once next week. Keep an eye on the Discord and Twitter for that. Otherwise, that's all I got. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I appreciate it. Yoshi and Missy for chatting. Anyone else who stopped by, I appreciate it as always. And hopefully, I will see you next time. Peace.